26 years. They are sliding home safely after a trying few weeks dealing with COVID. And guess what? They're getting ready for the Super Bowl champs. After dropping 48 on the Steelers, they'll play the early game on Sunday. The weekend gets started with the Rams-Packers, followed by the Ravens and Bills. It all finishes up with Brady and the Bucks at Breeze and the Saints. And with that, we welcome you to Game Day Final, presented by our good friends at Mercedes-Benz. That's my good friend, the five-time Pro Bowler, the man that played in 11 postseason games, Steve Smith Sr. Scale of 1 to 10, how shocked are you with what you saw out of the Cleveland Browns on Sunday night?
Say 25.
Oh, okay, just keep it mellow. I mean, for people that weren't scoring at home, no Kevin Stefanski, their head coach, because of COVID. He's also their play caller. No Denzel Ward, no Kevin Johnson, no Pro Bowl left guard Joel Bitonio, Jem Conklin, their all-pro right tackle, missed half the game. What happened?
Well, you know, when I kind of think about things, I have to really relinquish my time. And I have to relinquish my time and give it to someone that I believe is more well qualified to talk about this.
Oh, look at this. Joe Thomas, the future Hall of Fame lineman and the lifetime Cleveland Browns.
You two have a love fest.
Hey, he did not get a chance to play in a playoff game during his 11-year tenure. What are your emotions right now?
Dude, we did it, Rosie.
Yeah.
The first playoff victory in 26 years. I was 10 years old the last time the Browns won a playoff game, and now we're just relishing in the greatness that is the Cleveland Browns under Kevin Stefanski. How about them going out and stomping on the Pittsburgh Steelers for the first time in, 17 games in Heinz Field, winning without your head coach, without your play caller, without your best secondary players. It was just a masterful game. It was so much fun to watch, but this is for those kids at home. When you win the turnover battle, 5-0, the way the Browns did, you play disciplined football, you minimize your penalties, you do great job when you get into the red zone, you got a chance to beat anybody. That was their recipe for success, but I think everybody, they thought this was over on Monday when Kevin Stefanski and Joel Bitonio and all those guys got put on the COVID list. Juju Smith-Schuster and all those great Pittsburgh Steelers, they already thought they got a bye week. But no. The Cleveland Browns said, you got to play us first.
Joe, very quickly, and we appreciate you joining us because this is a shock to me. Didn't see it coming. Did you converse with Joel Bitonio during the game while he was watching?
You know, I didn't talk with him during the game because I knew he was probably doing more important things than texting with me, but I know that he was glued to the set, just so jazzed because he'll be back next week, fingers crossed, if he's able to get off that COVID list. And we're going to need him because Kansas City poses a much bigger threat than the Pittsburgh Steelers did today.
All right, give it to me in 20 seconds, Joe, before we say goodbye to you here. How did this get done? And were you... I mean, I know you're Cleveland Brown through and through. You were drafted by them number 3 overall in 2007, but were you shocked?
I was surprised. I mean, from the get-go, the way the thing went today was just unbelievable. But I'll go back to the comments that Juju made during the week. To me, that was really the turning point for everybody in the Cleveland Browns organization that said, whoa, wait a minute. This game is not over. Like, we've been disrespected. We've still got a chance. And they got an opportunity to really rally the troops, circle the wagons. And I think from the very beginning, when that snap went over Ben Roethlisberger's head, all of a sudden everybody in Cleveland on that Brown sideline said, hey, we got a chance. We can really do this thing. And for them, everything went right in the first half, and they were able to hang on in the second half. And, man, I'm so excited. What a great turnaround for this franchise that has been so maligned. What a great thing for this fan base that has been so loyal through all the misery that I gave them when I was there through 1-31 to now finally go into Heinz Field and win in Pittsburgh when nobody gave them a chance. Chris, this is a beautiful thing, man. It is a beautiful night. I canceled everything on my calendar tomorrow because I'm not going to do a damn thing.
That away, Joe. Go crack open a cold one. Give us a flex on the way out. Since you're wearing that Smedium T-shirt. There you go. That way, Joe. That way, Joe Tom. I'm going to guess that wasn't number 1 of the evening as well. There you go. Pat yourself on the back. Thank you very much, Steve Smith Sr. We will talk to you about the Browns' big win and how they got it done in Pittsburgh coming up momentarily. But what about what happened in the Bayou? The 2 seed, the Saints, the 7 seed, the Bears. Drew Brees has got that contract with NBC waiting for him. Would this be his last game? Welcome back, Alvin Kamara from the COVID list. And welcome back on this drive in the first quarter, moving the chains for a 6-yard gain. And then how happy was Drew Brees to have Michael Thomas back in the lineup, Steve Smith Sr.?
He's very happy. Even though it's his first touchdown, Michael Thomas does a spot route or a spacing route. Doesn't just go down, but finishes in the end zone. Great job, great connection.
And then what about Mitchell Trubisky? Would this be his final game as a Bear? Hits Javon Wims. Looks like he gets both feet down. They say no. Matt Nagy would challenge the ruling, and they still look at it and they say, okay. All right, interesting. Good catch. Next play, watch this. This is the turning point here. Montgomery to Trubisky, who throws it right to Wims. And we saw him earlier this year get ejected against the Saints when he hit C.J. Gardner-Johnson in the face. So apparently his hand is still swollen, Steve, because he didn't catch this one.
We say this old adage in football, ball does not lie. He got away with one earlier, and you see right here, week 8, bop, bop, boop, boop.
Yep.
Gives him a 2-piece. But the ball doesn't lie. It comes back tenfold. Misses an opportunity, takes the momentum, and deflates.
Yep, and you'll remember that from week 8.
Moving forward.
Yeah, Wims, of course, he got suspended for that. He and Anthony Miller, I'm talking about Gardner-Johnson, got into it, and Miller tries to get back at Gardner-Johnson. He gets tossed. So you saw a receiver tossed in week 8, a receiver tossed in the playoff game. You cannot have that if you're the Bears because you're very much in this thing. Down 7-3. It's Brees again to Thomas, who finished with 5 for 73 in the score. And then 8 plays later, 4th and 3. The Saints are going for it. Eddie Jackson with Taysom Hill at quarterback. Steve, you can't have this sort of stuff.
No, coach says, hey, defense, don't jump. Don't jump. We just talked about it. Dumb defensive players. They jumped.
Yep. So they get the first down. A couple plays later, little dump pass from Brees to Murray. Brees finished with 265. A couple of scores. They're up 14-7. And against this Bears offense, which just couldn't get anything going, that was more than enough. As for Kamara, he didn't hit the century mark, but he did hit pay dirt. 21 in the regular season from scrimmage. Another one here. And showing off the grill, too. And then we're showing off the gritty in the Breeze box. That away, it'll be Saints and Bucks against Tom Brady next weekend. Oh, it's going to be fun.
Our defense played outstanding. Really, the one field goal came off of a turnover of ours, and on offense. And so I thought that it was a great team win. And I thought in the second half we got things clicking a little bit relative to scoring touchdowns and moving the football.
Yeah, don't take it for granted. Very appreciative and of the opportunity. And listen, the minute that he signed with the Bucks and came in the division, you felt like that was going to be a team to contend with. That was going to be a team that had playoff aspirations and beyond, just like us. So I guess it was inevitable.
That'll be the final of the 4 games next weekend, and Tom Brady looking for a little redemption. Winless this year against the Saints. Look at this. He threw 5 of his 12 interceptions in those 2 losses. Their last game, 38-3, the worst loss he has ever suffered in the regular or postseason. So Steve Smith Sr. next weekend, next Sunday night down in New Orleans, do you expect Brady, who's been on this remarkable run in the last 5 games since the bye, do you expect to see that Tom Brady in the Bucs or the one that got skunked in the regular season against the Saints?
Well, we all know whatever happens in the regular season does not necessarily carry over into the playoffs. And the thing with the New Orleans Saints is their defensive line. If their defensive line can continue to be consistent and apply pressure, we've seen them do it against Brady. We've also seen them do it against Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City. So that defensive line is the key to success. If they can get them, as Mike Robb says, get the quarterback off their spot. No quarterback, I don't care how many Super Bowls you won, they don't play well under pressure with 3 or 4 guys, and so that's what they have to do. Bruce Allen, defense coordinator for the New Orleans Saints, needs to apply that pressure consistently.
Yeah, you're talking about Dennis Allen, of course, but real quickly, 10 seconds,
Dennis
give it
Allen,
to me.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. 10 seconds in this. First blush, do you like the Saints more than the Bucs?
I got to go with my classmate, my draft classmate, Drew Brees. Yes, I do.
Oh, my gosh, I forgot. You're actually younger than both starting quarterbacks in that game next Sunday. That's impressive, Steve.
Slightly.
You might need to. You are. You are. As for the Chicago Bears, their 2020 season is officially over. So what does it mean for Mitchell Trubisky, who's a free agent? And what about the future of their head coach, Matt Nagy?
Mitch, do you want to be back here next year?
Yeah, I think I could definitely see myself back here next year. Obviously, a lot of that's out of my control, but it feels like home, and it feels like we have unfinished business. And right now, I'm really just bummed about how the season being over and how the game went. So a lot of emotions going on right now, but I could see that, but we'll see. There's a lot of things that got to happen and a lot of decisions that got to be made, and it's out of my control, but I could see that.
That's just how it goes. So that's something that, tomorrow for us as a team, we'll do all of our exit interviews and all that stuff and talk to the guys, but that'll be down the road. And I'm just at a point right now where I can literally say I appreciate the fight of these players, and now tomorrow we'll